Hey guys, I have been wanting to do this video for many years, and I used to have two characters I thought I was very much alike, then that became three last year, but today I think I've found a fourth character that I'm similar to. So yeah, let's go which characters in anime do I think that I am the most similar to, and why. Now, the first two are kind of from a cartoon slash anime. I'm not quite sure, but you know, I count it. It's from Avatar, not the Last Airbender, but The Legend of Korra. The first guy is Bo Lin. He's a kind of chubby guy and a comedian. Now, I'm a little bit similar to him because we both tell jokes, but he tells jokes at inappropriate times and whenever he feels like it. I tend to not make jokes at inappropriate times, but I do tell a lot of jokes and consider myself to be a funny guy. But the thing we're most similar with is the fact that the reactions we get are not the ones we want. The fact that people don't laugh. But me, I've been like that my whole life, where I just want to make people laugh, and I don't care if they laugh at me or at my jokes. I just want people to be happy, you know? Always wanted people to be happy. And actually, I just remembered there's a fifth character. There's a fifth character, yes, fifth. Ah, my intro screwed now. Okay. But the second guy is Bolin's brother, Mako. Now, I'm very similar to him because we're both extremely logical. In fact, I got tested twice, and I am in the top 2% most logical people in the world. Or I am amongst the top 2% logical people in the world. I don't know how to word that. English is not my main language, and I'm still wording stuff similar to my mother tongue, or similar to in my mother tongue. Stupid English. But essentially, Mako is a detective, and he has his ex-girlfriend Korra, and I think his ex-girlfriend Asami, and they both want opposite things, because Asami's dad is accused of being a bad guy. Korra wants the guy arrested. Asami doesn't believe it and wants him not arrested. But Mako goes in between and does his investigation, so he doesn't arrest the guy, and he doesn't stop investigating him. And both of these people are angry at him for doing it, for going the neutral path and doing what he's supposed to do. And I've always identified as being similar to this guy. But here's the crazy thing. Earlier this year, I was in that exact situation, where one of my friends actually accused another of sending her a death threat. And she was kind of hysterical, and I wasn't allowed to speak to him for some reason, and I tried to be neutral here and hear both sides out, but she just got pissed and said I couldn't be her friend if I didn't take her side or some shit. So I was kind of skeptical, but alright, let me stick with her for now so I can hear her side of the story. And it sounded genuine. It sounded like they had some kind of scuffle, should we call it that? An argument. And he sent her a death threat because he got pissed or something. And I thought that was very serious. I pulled up his address and I was ready to send the police report in her place, because I can speak the language there and she can't. But, you know, I wasn't done. I kept listening, and it sounded like there were holes in the story. So when she's offline, I go and I talk to him, I get his side of the story, and it turns out, oh, the day before, he had said to another guy that when she does this, I want to kill her. So in other words, because of the context, because context is important, but the context he said it in essentially means when she is annoying, I get pissed. Or when she does this, she is really annoying. That was all he said. He didn't really want to kill her. It was just a figure of speech. Just an expression. And when they had been in this argument or whatever, for some reason that guy had copy-pasted that message, sent it to her, and I guess maybe he tried to show her that she was doing exactly what the guy didn't like, but instead she took it as a death threat, and told everyone that he had sent a death threat, which he had not actually done. And with how sincere he sounded and how he was actually extremely upset compared to her, he was actually the much more logical person to side with. because he understood I wanted to hear both sides of the story, and he actually could answer all my questions without deflecting or deceiving me or just going on a different topic. He could actually follow the story throughout and go to the end and tell me where everything came from. So yeah, I ended up settling with him actually. And I think that's what Mako would have done as well, so I'm very similar to him in that regard. Next on the list, let's do Subaru. Natsuki Subaru from ReZero. Now ReZero is about Subaru, and he's in this medieval fantasy world where there's magic, archers, knights, whatever. But the one different thing is that he can respawn when he dies, because he has some kind of curse on him. But here's the thing. If he tries to tell anyone about this curse, he dies. Or someone close to him dies. And he's not able to finish his sentence, like he gets halted as soon as he tries to say something. And if he tries to push it, shit happens. So he's constantly asking people for help in ways that will not reveal his power, and nobody wants to help him because they don't know why he wants help. And I'm exactly like Subaru in this regard, because my whole life I begged for help from my parents, my teachers, my classmates, doctors, could have been more people, but everywhere I went for help nobody wanted to help me, and I grew up with Bechdrev's disease from essentially the age of 8, maybe younger. And if you don't know what that is, it's essentially arthritis on steroids in my entire skeleton, plus also in my arms, in the arm muscles. And that made me handicapped at age 8, crippled age 13, and then I finally became normal at age 19, before I turned 20 and became disabled, and then had to starve for 4 months. And now I'm fucked for the rest of my life because of all the stuff I went through, due to 7 different things in my life that were out of my control. But I feel like I'm extremely similar to Subaru, because the ReZero anime is kind of an analogy for my life, where I'm trying to achieve a goal, and it's impossible because of the handicaps I have, and because of how many people are shutting me down and are pushing me back, and how when I ask for help, the only way I can advance, nobody is there to help, and sometimes people don't even listen. And that's how I think I'm similar to Subaru, because we have both been through some really tough shit and been denied help when we needed it most. Oh, that's depressive. Next is actually a woman. I want to say Uraraka, I think that's her name, from Boku no Hero, Season 1 and Season 2. And she's just a kind, bubbly girl who wants to help people, and she's really positive, and I think at parts of my life I have definitely been like her. Like when my classmate was scared and I followed her home after school, even though I wasn't allowed to and I got yelled at by the teachers. But I did it because I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to be a genuinely nice guy, and I tried to be that way. Next, I want to say I'm similar to Deku, or actually his name is Midoriya. There was something else, Itsuki or something. I don't remember his full name, but he's the main character in Boku no Hero, and I want to say I'm very similar to Deku in a few ways, because like him, I was told that I had no future. Like he was told he had no quirk and would never have one, which is a superpower in that universe. While my teacher told me that I would be worthless and never become anything. But hey, I showed her, I became disabled. That's a dumb joke. But yeah, I became a dog trainer, ambulance driver, writer, and disabled. Like, I became something, and the world's sickest man, plus the world's sickest man, so I became quite a lot of things, teacher. But that's the thing. Even Deku's own mom had given up on him and didn't believe him. And I've kind of been in that position where I wanted to do stuff my whole life, and my mom just kept shutting me down, and didn't like any of my ideas or any of my passions or what I wanted to do. And still I kept on fighting, kept on pushing, and that's how I became ripped, or almost ripped, in high school, and how I beat the Bechdrev's disease, and how I kept on fighting, and I was told I couldn't do it, I couldn't study writing, but I did it anyway. But yeah, they were right. I was too sick to study writing, and I went from having, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 medical conditions, I think, to having 10 while over there. Then I became disabled, and then the university stole my money and I had to starve for 4 months, which has ruined my body for the rest of my life, so yeah. But in a sense I'm similar to Deku, just because I kept trying and I kept trying and I believed in my dream, and I never gave up until I hit that brick wall that was impossible to get over, or impossible to get through. But in my case, that brick wall feels like it has spikes on it, and the harder I push, the more hurt I get. So I'm now at a plateau in my life where I can't try any harder, and I can't try any less, I suppose. Like, I've given up in my life, which is sad, and I don't know what character I could be similar to for having given up or realized there is no way out of this pit. But I think I've summarized why I'm similar to those 5 fictional characters, yeah. And I don't have to bore you with my tragic story, oh no. Nah, I want to become more positive on YouTube, and I'm hoping to end up in a positive feedback loop where, because I make positive videos, I get more positive comments, then I'll feel better, I'll be better, and then make more positive videos. And I'm hoping this will go on, and that I can drop my past and just forgive and forget, let it go. That's what I'm hoping. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video where I explained the 5 characters I think I'm the most similar to. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye bye! Oh, and you should watch Claymore. That's a kick-ass anime. Thanks. Oh, and Yes Man. That's a kick-ass movie. Yes Man is an amazing movie. Great comedy. See you next time. Bye. What the hell?